Hello and welcome. Today's video is entitled You Are Not Broken. It might sound odd to hear this, but there's an unbroken you within, pure awareness that's never touched or changed by anything that you think or feel or what's happening in the world or in the state of your body. And this was true for me even when I had broken ribs, Clearly my body was broken. There were cracks, there were breaks, there were bruising everywhere across my entire rib area. And yet, in that experience, it enabled me to explore. I'd already been exploring with pain anyway. And my long-term chronic pain had more or less gone. But now, I had this experience where my body was broken, and I'm like, so yeah, now I'm obviously going to have this horrible experience, this painful experience, and I'm going to suffer until my body is healed. But I'm quite curious, and so I'm like, well, I wonder if I can have a different experience, maybe speed up healing, maybe make the experience a little bit more easy and gentle. And so I started to explore, and really the exploration was about just paying attention. So just noticing where I felt the breaks, and I realized how I was kind of in almost like tensing against and bracing against the sensations in the body. And as I explored with just noticing what that was like, my experience purified. I was no longer thinking about the broken ribs, and so my experience now was just completely pure and clear. The body was experienced without the thoughts telling me what the experience was like. And the experience just really opened up into a very soft, gentle experience, just really softness and lightness. And there was absolutely no suffering. I still felt the sight of the broken bones and the cracks. I could still feel it, but it's the experience was no longer painful, bizarrely. And there was certainly no suffering. And not only did it no longer hurt, I also had more range of movement. If I wanted to reach and get a drink, I could do it. There was a smoothness in my actions, even with the broken bones. And, it was a very fleeting experience to start with, because we are used to kind of tensing against life, and there's almost like there's that belief that we are broken, that there's something wrong with us at the core of almost everybody on this planet at the moment. And when we subscribe to that belief that we're broken, then we experience ourselves as broken. That suffering always happens when we believe that we're broken. But that unbroken you, that pure awareness, when we start to pay attention and explore and come back into the pure experience of our body, our pure experience of the world, then the experience is a completely different one. It's a gentle one now. And so, yeah, that did speed up the healing. I recovered much faster than the doctors expected. And more importantly, I didn't have to suffer for the whole of the recovery period. I actually had fleetingly at first, and then longer and more sustainable periods of time when I would kind of slip into this other operating mode where I was in complete acceptance of what was happening, completely allowing. Acceptance isn't putting up with. I had the broken bones. I was still living through that experience. However, when I explored with what the sensation was like without the thoughts telling me, and I slipped into this other operating mode, which anyone can do, by the way, sometimes the pain completely vanishes, and sometimes it just gets easier, more palatable, more manageable. And for me, it's always like, well, what is possible right now? Can we tap into that unbroken pure awareness so we have a different experience of our bodies, of our minds, and of our world? So if this inspires you, explore for yourself. And if you've got any questions about how to tap into this other operating mode and become allowing and accepting, then put them in the comments below and I'll happily answer them for you in the next video or a future video. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and share with other people as well. You know, if you find these topics useful, share them, so that more people can start to explore and get curious and not just get locked into this state of suffering, because we don't need to suffer. Suffering is optional. Pain is always possible, but suffering is optional, and I can help you and guide you and invite you to explore and play like I do, so you can find out what's possible for you. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.